There's a new venue to enjoy local artists' work, and the best thing about this one is that the venue, it opens up your entire world.
Sure does. In today's page turners, the Rantoul Public Library, they're putting artists in the spotlight. Ben Johnston and author Lisa Walsh are back. Ben, last time you were here, we were kind of encouraging people to help you raise the roof.
Yeah. So
how'd that go?
It went really well. Our last spotlight was really successful, actually. We did over $700 for the artist herself, and then we did $206 exactly in the open donations.
Wow.
So that was really, really nice.
Well, let's kind of remind everybody why we're doing these type of artist spotlights and fundraisers.
So we're doing the local artist spotlight because the Rantoul Public Library needs a new roof, and it's quite a hefty cost. It's about $250, I think, is our last bid that we got, which is much less than what we had anticipated it to be.
When you say $250, you don't mean $250.
Oh no, I mean $250,000.
we blew that away last month.
Perfect.
Got it. Okay.
So we have about, if I remember correctly, and this was a number from like last month as well, so like I don't know the updated number, but we do have around 75 already raised, 75,000.
That's right.
That's great.
Thank you. So I'm really excited because last month's artist also now has a couple of her pictures hanging inside of the Rantoul Police Department's conference room, and she also is in line to give a speech to kids about how to overcome challenges. And I think that's fantastic that after our first one, we're already making such huge leaps and bounds. So.
Well, I'm going to guess our author today has those same aspirations of making it into the police department somewhere.
For the right
maybe.
I have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're our featured artist for this month at the library. So tell me a little bit about your book.
Sure, I would love to tell you about Hope Anyway. It's a book about a 13 then turns 14-year-old girl and her brother and their family dealing with alcoholism. So kind of a difficult subject, but I also tried to put some lighthearted moments in the book. But a couple of things that I really wanted to highlight was that it's a really common thing, but in a lot of ways you wouldn't know it because there's so much secrecy that goes involved, that's involved when you have an addiction, excuse me, or alcohol-related problems in the home. So I really wanted to talk about how those main characters were secretive about their family, even though they had a lot of support. And then I wanted to talk about how important it is for young people to be able to say what's going on for them. So I really wanted to model that in the book. As a school social worker, that's something that I try to teach all the time. And so I included that in the book. And finally, that there's help out there and that there is hope. So this family was very fortunate in being able to find help through the 12-step program of AA. There's lots of other ways to do it too. So it follows their journey throughout that. And yeah.
When you start writing a book like this, how much of it is it you trying to entertain? How much of it is you trying to help? And then how much of your own life as a social worker gets played into what you're writing?
There's a big mix of all of that in Hope Anyway. Certainly as a school social worker, there's certain things that I feel like are really important for kids to learn and to know. And so that's a big part of the book. I also write, I like to write funny things. I like to write about super awkward moments that we can get through and admit to other people, and why I put it out there in blogs and stuff, I'm not sure, but I like to do that because there's always a lesson in that. So yeah, it was a big mix. I wanted to entertain. I wanted to get some messages across about some things that are really near and dear to my heart.
Well, plus it makes you relatable. You can relate to other people who also are put into those type of awkward, maybe situations.
Exactly, because we all are.
So we're featuring her at the library. When?
Absolutely. It'll be this Saturday, and the time is 1 to 4? 1 to 4 this Saturday. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a busy person. Yeah, so that'll be 1 to 4. It's just going to be a open format meet and greet and a open book reading. So you know, she'll read excerpts of the books, and then you will actually get a chance to meet her. She'll possibly even sign your book if you're lucky.
Oh, she says yes.
She'll do it.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, we hope it's very successful.